Hello and welcome to another edition of Local Yokel. And we're going to get a moon update here to begin this show. But this was Friday, November 24th. It's actually known as Black Friday also. It was the day after Thanksgiving. But I'm going to go international. I'm going to take the Detroit River Tunnel and head to the beautiful city of Windsor. We're down by the rail yard. They had a train that was all lit up. Engine number 2246 had the honors this year. Yeah, this is the holiday train. Yes, indeedy it is. And it has a stop in Windsor. It's mainly a Canadian train, but it's going to run over to Illinois and then run through the U.S. And there's one that's exclusively in Canada that they have the train. And then this year, I think they added one in Louisiana and Mississippi and Missouri and Arkansas down yonder that way. You'd have to look at the map. Just go holiday train in the Google engine. They have a food drive, so that's a good thing. That's heartwarming. You can help other people kind of thing, and it's not just all about Santa Claus and all that. It's also about helping your fellow man kind of thing. But anyways, here's the train, and it does all number of fancy things. The wheels even turn, which is cool. The elves are making gifts. And there's the Nutcracker. And they're filling the stockings with presents. CPKC, Canadian Pacific, and then Kansas City, I think. But they have entertainment, so we'll listen into the entertainment. It started at 6. She's got a lot of energy. She's bouncing all over the place. This was a kid-friendly event, and yeah, a lot of families brought their youngins along, and then to get a better view, they put them on their shoulders, kind of thing. Look at this. She's kicking it out.
Street too. I'm not from too far from here, Toronto. Well, born and raised in Calgary, but living in Toronto. So thank you for coming out for this amazing cause as well, collecting food for those in need. So we appreciate you being here. We got an amazing band coming up now, Seaforth. If you guys don't know them, you're gonna love them, and if you do, well, sing along. Mwah! Love you. Ciao. Happy holidays. Give it up one more time for Kaiser. Hello, Windsor.
Kaiser. K-E-I-Z-A.
Hello, Windsor. Thank you guys so much. On behalf of CPKC, welcome to the Holiday Train program. This year is our 25th anniversary of our beautiful Train of Lights. So for 25 years, we've been coming to see you guys. In that time, we've helped raise $22.5 million and over 5.1 million pounds of food. All because of you guys. All that food stays in your community. So if you brought a donation, make sure you drop it off at the food bank truck. At this time, I'm going to bring out...
If you're excited for the holidays, kids, I want you to scream as loud as you can. Let me hear you out there, kids. Awesome. Don't forget, next week, the Santa Claus Parade is back downtown, too. Thank you.
The logo for the Canadian Pacific Police. They got a beaver in their logo. That's cool. All right, this is the back or the rear end of the train, or the caboose. They have 12 cars plus the engine, so there's 4 like sleeping cars. There's 4 cars with the lights, and then there's 4 cars that spell out Canadian Pacific Holiday Train. So with the engine, it's 13 total. And here's the second group performing, and it's they let the side of the rail car down, and that is their platform for the band, which is really cool. And then they'll pull up the drawbridge at the end of the show. The Penobscot building, it used to be the building with the cherry on top, but now it does the red and blinks, and then it goes to green. Wow, what they can do with all this new fancy technology, it's amazing.
Unreal. Yeah, I'd say definitely one of the loudest crowds so far, right? Pretty much close to the top. I'd say right up the top. Right at the top.
Yeah, the train rolls in, they say, like 5:45, according to the Canadian Pacific Holiday Train website. And so the music goes from 6 to 6:30. They have a tight window, so I'll shut up and we'll watch.
She got all of my attention. She knows I'm on wish list, hanging out for good. She got me like that. I would dash on up my plans, drive until we live the same. Just to myself, didn't want you around now. Those pretty faces always made you stand out in the crowd. Someone picked you from that bunch, my voice was hard to leave. And now it's much too late for me to take a second. Let me hear you back. Yeah, I do now. I want you back. Ooh, baby, I want you back. Yeah, I do now. I want you back. Oh, back on my plans. Goblins fill me with the sand. That's a song from all seasons. I do. She lies. Even Christmas in July. She ain't gotta tell me twice. I do. Christmas is all around, and so the feeling grows. It's written in the wind, it's everywhere I go.
Sorry, guys, is this yours?
So if you really love Christmas, come.
I'm under the Tim Hortons coffee tent. It was hard to get a good unimpeded view. This is a family of Christmas tree lights. The whole family had like a light bulb necklace kind of a deal, but I think we'll see them later.
Best friends on stage tonight. We got Josh Devine on drums, Justin the Graph on the bass. This next song is called Loved Out. It's a simple.
In the dark, sit on the couch, and let's just sing, make the rules and play the part. You don't say the things I just say tonight. You won't ever say that you're on my mind. You know I love that. When you kiss me on the neck, you make me wonder. Then you throw my heart away and pull it right back. The pleasure with the pain, something about that. Try to fight back, did I read that? You know I love that. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know I love that. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Touching too. The pleasure with the pain, something about that. Try to fight back, did I read that? You know I love that. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know I love that. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go.
We have one more chorus of this song. There's a very simple part, and it goes, ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just like that. I know we got some good singing voices out there, so if you want to help us sing it, then make our notes, all right? It goes, ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just like that. Please welcome the amazing Kaiser back to the stage one time. We have one more song for you guys. Let's go.
Watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. What? Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to
Cheers, guys. Have a good night.
Happy holidays! See you again!
There's the holiday train, the drawbridge thing. So yeah, they pulled it up already. And they'll get ready to move the train. Well, the train's going to use the Detroit River Tunnel, not the passenger one, but for the train tunnel. And it will come up behind the Michigan Central Station, where I say in the future they should have a stop there so they could do something in Michigan, at least have one stop. But apparently Canadian Pacific doesn't own the lines or any lines through the state of Michigan. Once you get to Illinois, they're good, but not in Michigan. So they pretty much say, bah humbug, no can do, kind of a deal, which is unfortunate because I think if we talk to the proper people, I think possibly we could get a stop in Detroit, because this was the last performance stop here in Windsor. It came from Chatham and then London and Kitchener, I think they had, and then to Toronto. So they had a few stops during the day. But we should do something for Michigan because they like the holidays in Michigan too. It's not just Windsor, for sure. And Santa and all that. They need to hear the good news in Michigan that Santa Claus is coming to town. So it should make a stop. It makes a little baby stop at Thunderbowl, which we'll see a little bit later in this program. I'm going to get to it. And so I'll talk a little bit more of what they could do to improve the situation so Michigan residents can check this thing out, which is kind of cool. So they're getting ready here. Yeah, it started backing up just a little bit before 7. So it's in the rail yard here and thing, but it's got to back up a little bit. They got to unload a few things, and then it's going to go under the tunnel, take the Underground Railroad, and surface in Detroit there, right behind Michigan Central Station, which will be open for business, open for pleasure shortly. I think next year they'll be open. So anyways, there's 4 of these sleeping cars, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 4 like lighted cars. The last one has the stage, but they still have the nice lighting here. They got mountains up top. And then they'll have 3 more of these cars, so 4 total. These are the main ho, ho, ho. Santa seems to like that. And here's the ones where the elves are working on all our gifts. I got my list into Santa. And then the first 4 cars will spell out Canadian Pacific Holiday Train and then the engine. So I kid you not, it's 13 total. Yeah, there was a good crowd in Windsor, and I've checked it out in years past. So it's a fun crowd, family oriented, and they bundled up for the weather. In Canada, they know how to layer up and do all that. And here, they still had some balloons for sale. They might have to take those home with them, but anyways, nothing left but the traffic. So yeah, you get here by 6, and the event is over like in an hour. But, you know, you have to allow for customs and traffic. I kind of got lucky. There were a lot of people coming to Michigan, maybe possibly for the Black Friday sales, but heading to Windsor was no trouble at all. Went lickety split. DET.com is the website, so if you want to catch the latest episode, you could go there. Here was the rail yards, so I had to back up from there. There's the Detroit River, and here's the Underground Railroad right through here. It goes under the Detroit River. So they got to back up and then get on this line. So that's what they're doing, backing up. And here's the train station off of Michigan Avenue. It surfaces up there, and they should make a stop. That would be really cool. And then they could call it a night in Detroit, and then it could move the next day. This was from the parade the prior day up Woodward Avenue. So this map is coming in handy-dandy for events in Detroit. Here I'm going to take the Ambassador Bridge home. So this is the underbelly of the bridge. And now I'm on the bridge.
Never worry about paying or even how much I owe. Moving 8 miles a minute for months at a time.
Okay, welcome to Pure Michigan. And I think that's that, right? Yeah, that's that. I'm going to have to switch tapes. So bear with me. And we'll continue the holiday train footage, but from Thunder Bowl in the beautiful city of Allen Park. Okay, new tapes in, press play, and okay, there we go. So we got some train action here, a couple engines, but there's a big switching yard, a big rail yard in Melvindale, and they do a lot of switcheroo. But here, Thunder Bowl lanes and Norfolk Southern. So Canadian Pacific doesn't own the rail lines in Michigan. And so anyways, I went home first and sat around for a couple hours because I knew by the time they got through customs and all that, it takes them a while. So we'll time it out. The train backed up just before 7 p.m. and here it's 10. I'm looking down through the Melvindale yard and I don't see any bright lights. Channel 7 had a thing. If you Google the holiday train, stuff will come up. But way back on October 19th, Channel 7 had a thing. So I'll just read this real quickly. It says, the Canadian Pacific holiday train is returning to the rails and will pass through Metro Detroit once again in 2023. The train, which runs in Canada and the U.S., does not have any stops in Metro Detroit, but will pass through the area on its way from Canada to the U.S. According to Canadian Pacific Kansas City Limited, the train will be in Windsor at night on Friday, November 24th, and then it will be in Chicago on Saturday, November 25th, meaning it will be in the Downriver area in the evening of November 24th. According to Canadian Pacific, they may have to turn the lights off through the route, kind of thing. So it's like bah humbug. It's like the Grinch who stole Christmas. It's like they don't own the rail line. You think you could have an agreement with the people that own the rail line and say, hey, we're going to have the holiday train. It's just going to run one night a year. You know, throw the dog a bone, throw them a little money or whatever. We'll have a GoFundMe and whatnot, and we'll say, yeah, the holiday train can have a stop in Michigan, and it can chill for the night. You know, behind the Michigan Central Station would be perfect. All right, here's a gentleman here that's got a tripod, and it looks like a nice camera hooked up. There's someone working the switching yard here. So here I spotted the train. It's 10:35, but there's a lot of lines through there, so I think this guy is adjusting which track the train will take, because when it goes over Outer Drive, there's only 4 lanes, 4 rail lines. So now he's doing something with his flashlight. I think he's signaling to the captain, the engineer there, the train conductor, what he's got to do. But yeah, so yeah, it looks like he's switched over a little bit. Yeah, so now we have some progress. So yeah, left Canada, you know, before 7, and here it's after, you know, it's after 10:30. So a lot of people, it was cold this evening too, so if you got youngins and family, that's a little bit late, although it was a Friday night, I get it. The kids don't have school the next day, and probably off for the holiday anyways. But still, Michigan deserves, and if it's not Canadian Pacific, then Norfolk Southern or someone else that runs trains in Michigan can come up with, you know, here they got a great idea with the holiday train. Just name it something different, the Santa Claus train, and we can have a circuit that runs through Michigan. Maybe Amtrak could do it, and you could take the Santa train to Chicago. But here we go. We'll see the left-hand side of the train now, too. In Windsor, we saw the right-hand side, so... like the passenger cars or the sleeping cars. Or I don't know if they're all sleepers. Maybe some of them are. But they could attach much more cars on the back end of this thing and just take all number of people. Wouldn't that be fun as a family to take the train to Chicago or something and just have some fun rolling through cities late at night and people waving and, you know, Santa Claus is on the train with you. Although I did not see Santa Claus this year. I don't know if he was hiding or what was up with him, but maybe he was just tired. He had a busy day the day prior on Turkey Day. But yeah, and they have live entertainment. It's free and all that. And so it's a fun kind of a thing. It kind of puts you in the holiday mood. You know, it's not, well, I mean, it's like free, so you can't beat that. So, yeah, around 10:44, a lot of people parked back here, and the train went by, and last year it stopped a little further back, and you could do the picture time thing. This time it went a little bit past, and all these people were leaving, nothing left but the traffic jam. There was a good crowd, but last year there was a lot more people, and I think it was because they did it like a week prior this year, and it kind of caught people off guard. You know, Channel 7 had their little thing, and that was back on October 19th. I didn't see any follow-up in November alerting people that it was on. It was just people had to be in the know. There's probably Facebook groups or whatever. There are, it's, you know, I always say, like, when I videotape stuff, you look for niche markets where you can find where there's an interest in something. And there's a little niche market for the holiday train. And you just try to go for that. I'll have a big niche market coming up in a few minutes. It'll be the University of Michigan hosting Ohio State in Ann Arbor. The train, well, it stopped here for a little bit. You can see the giant tire in the background. So it goes by there. But, yeah, they could, even if they wanted to stop here, they could lower down the drawbridge, have the band perform. They'd have to make sure it has a drawbridge on both sides. I don't know if they can do that. Possibly. Might work that way. But yeah, they could have done a performance here. Some of the people inside were waving to the crowd. Yeah, that'd be such a fun train. Oh, Lord. We can do this. Just use your imagination. Imagine. Imagine is a power word. It's 7 letters, but there's a lot of good 7-letter power words like inspire, explore, educate. I made a list. There's a whole bunch of them that. But yeah, imagine if we had, you know, a holiday train that, you know, they were warning, oh, they might have to turn the lights off. They don't own the track. It's like bah humbug. Is the rail yard or the train company that owns the tracks, are they like bah humbug? The Grinch just stole Christmas? Like, you can't say, okay, for one day out of the year, we will allow you to use our tracks. Oh, my Lord. We just need adults that can think logically and say we can make this work and make it happen. I mean, you might have to pull a few strings. I get it. It's out of the ordinary, but people do like the holidays, so it can be done. All right. Anyways, yeah, that's my little public address announcement for the day. There against and we need to promote the giant tire. Why don't we have a place where people can pull in and take a picture with the tire? It's so awkward to stop on I-94. The city of Allen Park could work on that because people like taking selfies and all that. All right, so 11 o'clock, it's before 11, it's all said and done. So I would say if you want to catch it in Allen Park, get here around 10. That would be good. Maybe 9:30 if you're a little wary if they run ahead of schedule. But the last couple of years, I think you can pretty much say if you don't want to stay out in the cold for too long, 10 o'clock is good enough. So it's taken down the tracks, and it goes way down there. It goes down by Metro Airport. Then it'll go all the way to the city of Belleville, and then it'll veer south a little bit and hit Indiana on its way to Illinois outside of Chicago. So Allen Park, yeah, it was a brisk 25 degrees. And this is an active rail yard. If you're into trains, and who isn't, this is a great place for train watching. So here's an engine. I'm just looking at the lights here. It's kind of interesting. Union Pacific. This is engine number 7498. And they're proud to be American. And who isn't? But yeah, it does the switching, so it's pulling up, it slows down, but it'll stop here. And it'll back up and get more rail cars. It'd be interesting to see what they're doing to add the cars on the other end. Here it's going to back up. Oh, I could have stayed here all night long. I love trains. But it's nice in the daytime, too. But, yeah, now it's going to go forward. You could do that several times. But here's some nice brickwork on the side of Thunderbolt lanes. They have Cosmic Glow Bowling. Although they're kind of militant about people for the holiday train. They don't welcome them with open arms. They do have their bowling league, but yeah, they're telling you can't park in their lot and blah blah blah, and can't use their restroom. The arena thing, it says no kiddos. Bowling shoe rental $4, but that kind of gives you the prices there. Non-bowlers $10 cover charge. I remember that from last year. Wanted to go in and just get a drink at the bar and use the restroom, and they said, no can do. It's a $10 cover charge. And it's like, are you kidding me? Oh, they're not user-friendly. They're open for bowling, but they're not open for pleasure, or open to common sense. There's a Mexican restaurant across the way. I like the architecture there. And here's, the Cosmic Bowling. You can tell with the 3 finger holes there. But, yeah, the train, I think it's loaded all up, and now it's pushing off. They got an engine in the back of the train. I'm not sure if it's working in reverse mode or not. But back to the car, det.com, and I got a good look at the... here it is, the muffler. The muffler looks okay. I'm going to trade my Focus in, though, and try to get a Ford Maverick. They're in the process of getting around to building it in Hermosillo, Mexico. Here, Allen Park, they got the giant tire, but they need to be more user-friendly or tourist-friendly. Figure out a way to get people over there so they can take their selfie. Okay, now I'm going to go to Chicago here. But I'm not going to go all the way to Chicago. I'll get off at mile marker exit 202. You almost do a complete 360 on that loop around thing, but here we go, 202 in the football-inspired bridge. But yeah, don't touch that dial. We're going to get into the U of M football, and this kind of took away the bad taste from Turkey Day with the Lions. This is an only in Detroit event too, the Dirty Show, and they hold that in February right around Valentine's Day. Wink, wink. But yeah, that's fun though. That's kind of along with the Name Rouge. There's a lot of these quote-unquote only in Detroit type events. I decided to get off at mile marker there 172. Oops. Uh-oh. Did not want that. What is going on here? Okay, we're gonna. Sometimes that happens. All right. Well, first things first. I'm gonna stop off at the downtown Home and Garden, and it's a drive-through like hardware store, so you can get a Christmas tree here, all number of things. But I wanted to get bird food, and they have a good display of bird food, but they got a bunch of birds in here too. But here's their price list. I do the Blue Diamond mix, but the salesman said the Autobahn is good too. So I got a 25-pound bag of the Autobahn and a 50-pound bag of the Blue Diamond. So I'm all set there for bird food for a little bit, but I have hungry birds that live in the neighborhood. So they demand to be well fed. And it's, the holidays, so you got to feed them. Here I like this on top of this small building, a pineapple. You don't see that too often. Or like never. But yeah, it looks good. Casey's Tavern is across the way. I did my free parking over here, and I'm going to walk a country mile. But yeah, I'm not going to pay for parking. I can get the exercise too. That always helps. This is a historic building, and it's Beavis and Butthead Crossing. I didn't see him today, but I've heard there's been rumors that they do patronize this place. And they have good food, it looks like. That's their menu or the specials there. They got good lighting, and they got the white picket fence. And Carytown, this is a market area. Look at this, 1902. That's got some history there, but I like the brickwork. We got some good masons in the Detroit area, Detroit Ann Arbor area. But yeah, this is Zingerman's Deli on Detroit Street. I like that. That is really neat. Across the street, they got catching fireflies. But yeah, Zingerman's, you really can taste the difference. So they got several buildings. So, they've expanded. This is another business, the Blue House. But look at this, 15 new luxury condominiums. Sometimes I talk too fast for my tongue. My tongue just can't handle it. But yeah, look at they got the foundation poured. They're going to start building up shortly. Ann Arbor has their farmers market here in Carytown on Saturdays. Most of the people had already loaded up by this time. But yeah, game is already on, and I wanted to see how things were going. And then I says, okay, we're going to head to Ann Arbor, hope for a victory. All right, there's a filling station. And so lots of bars and restaurants. Ann Arbor always makes like the top 10 list of cool cities in the U.S., depending on who's taken the study, but they've shown up many a times. So urban planning is important. Okay, so this established 1971, and they like the moon, so that's cool. 1899, some more fancy-dancy brickwork. But life is very short, and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. Yes. So what's happening in Gaza? That's absolutely nuts. We need to let the adults in the room and figure this out. And then I can report on the progress. Yikes. Yeah, in the 21st century, go figure. Yeah, and Putin, what an asshole he is. Literally. Man, he's old enough, he's got enough money. Why does he need to do this with Ukraine? It's absolutely silly, but I digress. Look at this building, land title building. Look at the ornate detail here. This is a gorgeous gem. Buildings are kind of like versions of people. They're like inanimate objects, but they have beauty and they have personality and they have character. It's not like they talk or anything, but yeah, some buildings are beautiful on the outside and maybe not so nice on the inside and vice versa, but some are thin and narrow, some are tall, some are same height. But you can embellish everything. It's kind of neat. So Ann Arbor's got a good mix of buildings. Here's the Haymarket Public House, and they were yelling and screaming. Wowie Kazowie, that looks like MSU, or not MSU, Michigan. Sorry, God, what a Freudian slipped in. MSU laid a turkey like the Lions did. They lost 42-0, but University of Michigan kicked some ass. That's 3 in a row against that terrible team from the South, the Buckeyes. They're all nuts down there. They really are. Like they promote themselves as Buckeyes, but if you look it up, a Buckeye is a nut. And yeah, they're just not right down there. So we're good to be in the place where we're at here in Michigan. All right, the Beer Depot, that says drive-through. It's kind of like that downtown Home and Garden, but this is no longer drive-through since 1941, so they have some history too. But, and then here's a nice church. Churches are always good examples of good architecture. A Just World for All. Welcome to Bethlehem. Looks like they allow rainbow people, so be aware of that. But look at some of these homes, the detail up here, and some people really keep up their homes. And one thing about Ann Arbor, there's not really like cookie cutter subdivisions so much, or not in the downtown area proper. Love, Peace, and Wild Women kind of thing. They had the Magic Bus there. There's looking at the stadium, and yeah, this is fun. So I'm going to start getting the influx of Wolverine fans. Oh, it looks like this is the aftermath of some kind of party. Look at all this. And I'm just guessing it's young people. Oh, young people nowadays. But I do remember back in the day, I did party like that too. But yeah, look at this. 30-24 was the final. Michigan beats Ohio State. And then you can walk along the rail lines here. I guess it's not an active rail line, but look at the throngs, the hordes of people. I don't know what the official attendance was, but probably every bit of 110,000.
And they did exactly that. Of course,
Nothing left but the traffic. Unless you do like I do, I'm going to wait for the band. The band has to exit the stadium through the tunnel. They're going to come down this way, this path here, in between the white lines. Police have their motorcycles decked out with the U of M thing. Oh, geez. There's Brutus. That's the biggest nutcase of all of them. Brutus. At least he's proud to be American. I'll give him that much. But that's the truck for all the equipment. And then anybody that was wearing red was not welcome. Nah, people were kind of cool with it. It was nice to rib them a little bit, especially when you're on the top end of things. Anyways, I got inside the stadium. I don't know if this was a breach of security or not, but it was like the band plays. I guess it took them a while to get on the field because some fans maybe got on the field. But here, 4:24, it sunsets around 5:06 or Let's see, out in Ann Arbor, it might be maybe a little later. But yeah, they're going to play a few songs here. So let's listen in. To do that lean factor type thing, because sometimes you get in the middle and you get bunched up and you get squeezed if they're not in sync. But here they're going to come through the tunnel. This is the fun part here at 4:31. Quick look at the menu, but I want to get it to the other side. They're doing some smash burgers, but yeah, they're going to go through the tailgate area here now. And a guy told me, like, after a Michigan victory, all the band members will wear their hats backwards. I didn't even realize that, but they're all facing backwards. So that's kind of neat. That's tradition. And I was also told there was like 420, 425 something. Over 400 band members. I'm kind of almost positive of that. I didn't count them, but yeah, there's a lot of people here. A lot of happy campers. They reorganized their formation here, so they take up the whole street, but yeah, that's all right. I'm following them. I'm trying to march along with them. So I'm going to meet them back here at Reveille Hall. Here's a sewer cover here. Or sanitary cover, which is neat. All right, detour. I love taking those. I just go with the flow. But yeah, the band has arrived back at their starting point. Folks, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great week or weekend, whatever the case may be, and happy holidays.